Assalamu alaikum. Myself Ahkam Ansari, a student. I am back again with yet another video lecture of information technology. Today we are going to start a new topic in impressive web designing, that is client-side scripting. Client-side scripting introduction part we have already discussed, but what is the new in today's lecture that we are moving to touch one of the important and one of the useful thing, that is a function in JavaScript or function in any programming language. As we know, our topic of discussion is function in JavaScript. Okay, so we will be using JavaScript as a language, and in this we will using function. What are the function? Function you have heard in number of the time that we are going to participate in some function, or we have function in our house, or we have function in our college. But do you really know what does that mean by function in programming language? Yes or no? Yes, tell me. If you know what does mean by function in journal, if I ask what is mean of function, you said, sir, tomorrow I will not come college because tomorrow we have a get together, or we have a function in our house. So I can ask you, what is mean by function? Tell me what is the definition of function, then you are allowed to leave. Okay, so your definition, your answer will be, sir, function, we have n number of things. First we have get together, then we will meet, we will share something, then we have some parties and all these things. Means it will be your explanation regarding function. But if I am talking about the function in JavaScript or function in any programming language, the thing is same. Means we have to do n number of the activity. Okay, we have to do n number of the activity. If you say we have function in college, means we have n number of activity in the college also. So function is nothing but a set of activity which is to perform, or which is to perform to collect or to complete certain thing. Okay, or to achieve our goal. Getting? Means function is a set of activity which is to be done, or which is to be performed, or there is a certain thing which you can achieve by doing n number of the thing, and that n number of thing is called as a set of activity. So in simple way, if I say in JavaScript a function is nothing but line of code. Okay, because we are working in programming language. If you want to do something in programming language, if you want to perform anything, for example, if you want to perform addition of two numbers, so this is your objective to perform addition, means you have to calculate the addition of two numbers. Now to do this you have to do something. Means first you have to declare two variables, then you have to store some value, then you have to perform some arithmetic operation. After that, means after n number of the line of code you will get your result. Means after performing n number of the activity you will get your result. So what's the difference between function and another programming line, you can say? So there is no difference. If I say there is no difference between function and other line of code. Why? Because other line of code, you can say, is just line of code. Means it's a two line of code, four line of code. But function is a set of code which is especially written to perform certain activity. Okay, means if you can perform addition of two number without any function. Okay, you can write a code to perform addition of two number without any function, and you can write a specific set of code to perform addition of two number by using function. Means again there is a new features comes out by using function, or function provide reusability. Means if you have created a function, okay, if you have created a function, again I am telling function is a line of code which is written to perform a specific task. Okay, so once you have written, you can utilize it again and again. But a line of code which is not a function cannot be repeated, cannot be reused. Means every time you have to write. Okay, now I have explained a number of things regarding function, but in simple way, as a starting point, I just want to tell you a function in JavaScript or a function in any programming language is a set of code or line of code which is written to perform certain specified activity or certain specified goal. Okay. Again, this function can be categorized, or function can be categorized in two ways, or we have two categories of function. Okay. The first category is called as a built-in function, and the second category is called as a user-defined function. Okay. So the built-in function, okay, so we have two categories. One is built-in function and another is user-defined function. What is mean by built-in function? As the name suggests, as a meaning, built-in, or you can say inbuilt, means when a JavaScript was created in the year 1995, when the first time Std-XI introduced this language, they have n number of the features and characteristic of this language. At that time, he has added, or he had declared some function. He has given some function to the public, that these are the some function given by the JavaScript or given by the Std-XI or the given by the inventor of that particular language. I am using the word inventor. Who invented JavaScript? The Std-XI in 1995. At that time, he has given n number of the function to use. Okay. And these are the language specific, means those who want to use JavaScript, these function he can use. Okay. So these function are built-in function. These function cannot be created by us. This function was created by the inventor of that particular language. Okay. So the function which belongs to JavaScript creator or JavaScript inventor or language specific, okay, this function is called as a built-in function. Okay. If I want to give an example of built-in function, for example, who is the creator of this world, or who is the creator of this universe? Your answer will be God. Okay. So God has given n number of the function, or you can say system. If I just transform from function to system, God has given n number of the system. Like if I am talking about the water system, you will say hydrosphere. Okay. Hydrosphere. What is a hydrosphere? Hydrosphere is a system of water. Okay. In the same way, if I am talking about the air system, okay, so in that case you will say, sir, atmosphere. Okay, where n number of the gases are present in our world, or in our atmosphere. Okay, so this system is called as a atmosphere. In the same way, you will notice that every day you notice that there is a sun which rises at a particular time. Okay, this system is called as a solar system. Are you getting my point? These are the some systems or some function which are created by the universe creator, the God, you say. In the same way, the God of JavaScript. Who is the God of JavaScript? The creator of the JavaScript, simply the Std-XI. At that time, when JavaScript was created, when JavaScript was invented, some function was given by that person, and that function belongs to the built-in function. Getting? And the best feature, or one of the feature of built-in function, is it can be used, it can be executed without calling. Okay, or these functions are automatic. You can say, if I am saying without calling, means these functions are automatic. No need to call them, no need to execute them. Again, this is the best example you can take. Like when you get up in early morning, you will see there is an air around you. Is there any person who go and switch on your button to execute atmosphere? Or is there any person who go and switch on to sunrise? No, these are the automatic, because these functions or these systems are built-in function, or these functions are created by the God. In the same way, in JavaScript, n number of the functions are there which belongs to built-in function, which we cannot execute, or it will execute automatically. Okay, but in other way, if I am talking about the user-defined function. Okay, user-defined function means the function which are created by the home, or you can say the human, you can say in general. If I am taking an example of the God, so the second example will be of human. Okay, for example, if I'm talking about the atmosphere or air system, now you have installed AC in your house. Okay, it will not execute automatically. You have to switch on. Are you getting my point? Because AC has been created by the human being. You have to start, if you want to use that air of air condition, you have to start that air. Okay, if you want to take heat from a bulb from tube light, you have to start from switchboard. But in case of built-in function, but in case of universe, sun can be rise without any interaction of the human. Are you getting my point? What is the difference between human, what is the difference between built-in function, and what is the difference between user-defined function? In the same way, JavaScript is a language which is created by Std-XI, and that time he has given different function. That function belongs to built-in function, and Std-XI says if you want to create your own function, you are free. If you want to create your own function, you are free. You can create your own function on the basis of your requirement. Okay, light, the sun is there to provide light and heat, but even you have developed, the human being have developed, human being have invented, human being have created the bulb and tube light. Okay, so in the same way, JavaScript language have two types of function. One is built-in function and one is user-defined function. But user-defined function has to call. Once you have to create, then if you want to use that, you have to call. Okay, now first we will see what is a built-in function, then we will see user-defined function. So I am moving toward the JavaScript function. This is the definition. I think I have explained in number of the thing. Now I think you got the clear picture what is a built-in function and what is a function actually, then what is a user-defined function. So now let's have just, it will refresh you just the definition. A JavaScript function is a set of code. Okay, set of line, set of code, set of programming line, whatever you can say. Okay, it's not a fixed definition. I have just given from my own language. A JavaScript function is a set of code designed to perform a particular task. Means the function code, a line of code is designed only to perform a particular task. Okay, task can be anything, and on the basis of your task you can design your function. But some functions are fixed, which are given by the JavaScript. That function are specified with their work, and this function comes in built-in function. Now again I have displayed this one too. That is a built-in function given by the JavaScript itself. And user-defined function means the user or the user of that particular language, okay, can create any function on the basis of their own requirement. Okay, now I am moving towards the built-in function. What is the built-in function? I have already explained. Now we will see some examples. Okay, now let's have a look on built-in function. Built-in functions are those functions which are given by the JavaScript. Why I am talking about Java? Because we are learning JavaScript only. Okay, so the function which is given by the JavaScript, it will come in built-in function, and it execute. This line is very important. And it execute without calling, without any calling, it will execute. Okay, I will tell you what is meant by calling, what is meant by declaring. These things are some technical term. I cannot start with this lecture, but just try to understand. If you have built-in function, no need to call, it will execute directly. Like our sunrise automatically without any human interaction. Our atmosphere is automatic. It's work automatically. Okay, our solar system is automatically no human interaction, because these are the built-in system or built-in function. But if you want to create your own system, your own function, like your AC, your fan, your tube light, you have to execute, you have to call. These are the something which you can relate. Okay, now these are the some example of built-in function in JavaScript. The first function, not first function, I have arranged in some manner, but it's not, there is not sequential or stepwise. But the first one is a prompt. So we will see what is a prompt function, what is a use of prompt function, what is a function of prompt function given by the JavaScript. Then we have parse in, parse float, alert, and confirm. Before starting any of this function, I just want to tell you JavaScript is a case sensitive language. Okay, JavaScript is a case sensitive language. If a function is given like that, prompt, where all the word is in a small letter, so you have to write in a small letter only. If you miss, or if you misspell, or if you write a P in a capital letter or any word in against the rule of JavaScript, it will generate an error. And you know what is meant by error? It will not perform your work. If you not perform your work correctly, or your programming will be failed. Getting? So before moving towards our coding part or programming part, I just want to explain what is a prompt function. Prompt is a built-in function. Okay, prompt is a built-in function given by the JavaScript, which is used. What is the advantage or what is the objective of creation of prompt function? Okay, student, just try to understand what is the objective or basic objective of creating prompt function by JavaScript. JavaScript created prompt function to accept some value from user. Okay, to accept some input from user. This is the basic objective of creating prompt function. Means in our previous lectures we have seen addition of two number or addition of any number. In that case we have to declare two numbers, then we have to assign some value also. But prompt provide a runtime interface. Okay, prompt provide a runtime interface in which you can add or user can accept some value, some number, something from keyboard. User can enter some value from keyboard. So the function or the basic objective of prompt is to accept or to take input from user. Who is the user? Who used your website or your program or your application? That person is called a user. So user can enter some value by using prompt. So this is the basic objective behind the prompt function. Okay, then parse in, parse float. These are some conversion function which is used to convert into number and into decimal number. Then alert we have seen, this will display an alert box. Then confirm, again it will display a confirm box. So we will see later this thing, but our focus will be on prompt. Okay, I just want to show a slide in which you can see the clear picture of prompt. What is prompt actually? Okay, this box is called as a prompt box. Okay, this box is called as a prompt box. Okay, in prompt box you will get 5 things you can consider, but something which is static, like you will get one OK button, okay, one cancel button, one box which is called as an input box sometime, because inside that you can type or user can take input. Okay, so one input, then you will get some text over here. It will guide you what you want to write inside that box. Then you will get some JavaScript or some default value you will get over here. Okay, but the main thing in prompt is that you will get OK and you will get cancel. If you write OK, please student try to understand. If you write OK, it will take value which you have entered inside that text box or input box. If you take cancel, it will take null. Okay, if you write any value and when you click OK, it will move and takes this value, and if you click cancel, it will generate or it will return null value. Sorry. Okay, now just read it. This is the prompt. See all word in a small letter, and after that you will get bracket, opening and closing bracket. This bracket says that there is a function which name. Prompt is a function. Functions are also called as a method. In all programming language, function and method both are almost same. Some programming language says this is the function, some programming language says this is the method, and some programming language also says that both are the same. So there is no debate whether it is function or whether it is a method. Okay, you can say it's a function or method, but in our syllabus it is given as a function, so we will go with the function only. So if you find this bracket opening and closing, okay, you will say that before that or this is a function and name of that is called as a prompt. Okay, whatever name is there, this could be a name of function, and this symbol is called as a function symbol. Getting, student? So prompt is a built-in function. Just read out. A prompt function is often used if you want to if you want the user to input a value. Okay, what is the basic objective of creation prompt function? User to input a value means this is the input box. Inside that user can enter any value. Now moving toward when a prompt box pops off. Okay, when you use prompt box or prompt function, this box is prompt on your screen. Okay, so when this box will come on your screen, okay, user will have to click. Now user have two choices, whether he want to click on OK or he want to click on cancel on the basis of user's reactions. Okay, if user click OK, okay, if the user click OK, the box return the input value. Return means it will send input value, means whatever value you will write inside that text box, it will send. But if you user click on cancel button, then return nulls. Nulls means it will return nothing. Okay, now I just want to show you how it will work, how we will write inside the JavaScript. As we have already discussed that we are writing all JavaScript code inside the HTML page. So the first thing that we will create HTML page, then we will write JavaScript. Inside that I will use this function and I will show you how to display this function and how to accept value from user. Okay student, hope you could understand what is. I think I have explained a lot of things in function, in built-in function, in user-defined function. I think I have given a number of the example which is very related to your real life. Okay, but even if you have any problem, because my focus is not only on teaching, but my focus in just you have to understand too. Okay student, I just don't want to waste my 30 minutes 40 minutes just to teaching or shouting, but my objective is you have to understand. That's why the most of the time I try to give examples which are very related to your life. Okay, now I am moving towards my notepad to create HTML page. So to that I will just go on desktop and I will type notepad. This is my notepad. Now I am going to create my HTML file. So inside that I will write doc type, because I am going to write in HTML5. Okay, then the first tag will be HTML and last tag will be HTML. Okay, inside that I will write head tag, that is the first tag of HTML after HTML. Okay, then closing head tag. Between that you can add a number of things, like you can add title tag or any tag, body tag, then closing body tag I will add. Okay, now these are some basic HTML tag which we have to create if you want to create any HTML page. Okay, now you have choice, either you can add JavaScript in body tag or even you can add inside the head tag. So it's up to you where you want to use. Okay, so here I am going to use inside the body tag. So to insert JavaScript or a scripting language, we have a tag called script. Then I will write closing script. Okay, now inside that which scripting language you are going to use, you have to specify. Like we have JavaScript, we have VBScript, or we have many scripting language. So by using language attribute, you can specify the name of the language. I am going to use JavaScript, so I will write JavaScript. Okay, now initially I was doing like where a equal to, for example, Ansari Ahkam. Okay, and if I want to display these value, I was writing document dot write. Inside that if I write a. Okay student, what I have written in number of the time this line of the code. I have written where a equal to Ansari Ahkam. So Ansari Ahkam is a string or is some collection of text which is stored inside the a. Okay, or you can read like that, a is a variable in which I have stored some value and that value is nothing but Ansari Ahkam. And by using this line, that is a document dot write, where document is an object and write is a method or function. Student, if you notice that write is again a function or method, and again is a built-in function. Okay, we have used a number. Now you are getting, and again if you remember that there is a two bracket, there's an opening bracket and closing bracket. Okay, so this bracket shows that before that there is a function, and the function name is write, and write is a built-in function. Okay, and what is the objective of that write function? The objective of write function is to display something on browser, and what you want to display you have written inside that bracket. So you want to display a, means the value of a, because you have declared a is nothing but a variable name, so it will display the value of a. So what is the value of a? Value of a is Ansari account, which you have declared. Okay, now when you save this file, let me save this. So the first time it will ask where you want to save. I will say please save on desktop. So currently it's saving on desktop. Now the main thing is that I have to assign some name. For example, prompt. I can assign any name. Prompt.html I have given. Okay, let me save the file. Now I have saved the file. Now you will notice that on your desktop you will get a new brand file called prompt.html. Click it. Now you are getting, let me zoom it. Okay, Ansari Akam is coming on your browser. Why? Because you have declared a variable in JavaScript which name is a, and inside that you have stored some value called Akam Ansari. But this value you are not going to accept from user. When you run your program, okay, when you running your program, this value is directly coming. Okay, you cannot change. If you want to change that value, again you have to go behind the code and you have to change some value. So to avoid these things, to overcome from these things, JavaScript have already created a function called prompt function, which is used to accept some value. Okay, which is used to accept some value, and that value you can use as per your requirement. Means by using prompt you can accept some value. So I am going to use, instead of assigning this value, okay, now here I am assigning a is my variable name. Inside that I am going to assign some value. So instead of assigning, now I will say please don't assign. I am going to use a function called prompt. So I will write prompt and this symbol. Okay, prompt and this symbol. Inside that I will say please enter your name. Okay, please enter your name. Now what will happen? Before showing you output, I just want to tell you, still I have declared a variable. Still please pay attention, this line is very important. And the first time I have used prompt function, and prompt is used to accept a value. Okay, now you have declared a variable. Starting from left hand side, you have declared a variable called var a. Okay, so inside that you will store some value. What value you are going to store? It is written inside the right hand side. Okay, for example, we have seen a number of the time. If I write a equal to 10, so 10 a is a variable which stores some value. Which value? After equal to sign, whatever you have written, it will store. Yes or no? So in the same way, here I have declared a variable called var a. Inside that I am storing some value. So this is the not value. Okay, this is not any integer value or number, but it is some function. It is a function. Which function I am using? The function name is prompt. Okay, then you will get opening bracket and closing bracket, and inside that I have written please enter your name. Okay, so when you save this program, when you run this program, a pop-up box. Which box? A prompt pop-up box. I just want to show you this. You will get this prompt box on your screen. Okay, you will get this prompt box on your screen, and it will asking something, means enter your name. Here why it is showing enter your name? Because you have written on your, I have written please enter your name, so it will display please enter your name. Okay, let me show you. Flip back to your browser, refresh it. Now student, I think you get, this is your prompt box. This box is called as a prompt box. Okay, this box is called as a prompt box. You are getting, and you have two buttons. One is OK button and one is cancel button. One is OK and one is cancel button. And this box is called as nothing but input box or text box. Okay, mostly you can say input box because inside that you have to enter. Now see this one. This line is coming, please enter your name. Why? Because inside the coding you have written please enter your name. If you change it, your name, save it. Now you will see when I refresh, let me cancel it again. When I refresh it, F5, now you say, now it's showing your name. Okay, now it's showing your name. Okay student, why is coming your name? Because you have written inside the function your name. Now getting, what is the effect of this line? This line, even this line from here to here, this line will create a prompt box, and to create a prompt box we have a function called prompt, and whatever you write inside that bracket, it will display on your prompt box. Where it will display? It will display over here. Let me refresh. See, your name is coming, and two button, one is OK and one is cancel. When you click on cancel, what will happen? It will display null. Okay, it will display null, and when you click on OK, it will display the value. For example, let me open it. Sorry. Okay, you have written document.write a, means whatever you pass value inside that box, it will store inside variable a, and document.write, it will display the value of a. For example, I have closed the file, let me open it again. Okay, you will get this box. Now if I write ACOM over here, when I click on OK, it will display the value. When I click on cancel, it will display null. Let me click cancel, it will display null. Okay, let me refresh it. If I display ACOM, now it will display ACOM. Okay, why? Because I want to display the value of prompt box. Okay, again let me refresh it. If you write KMS college, you will get KMS college. Why? Because it's a dynamic now. You are accepting value in runtime. Okay, you are accepting values from user in runtime. When you run your program, your pop-up will come, your prompt box will come, then you write some value. But in previous lectures we have seen we don't do this thing. Okay, what we do actually, let me copy it, Control V. Instead of using prompt, I was using, for example, I was using ACOM. I'm sorry. This is my earlier method where we don't have prompt. Okay, so this value is fixed. You have written in coding time. Okay, or compile time, you can say you have written. Now when you save, when you save this file, means this line I have it commented. If you remember that, now this line will not execute. After this, it will directly come to this line. I have written a equal to ACOM Ansari. Now you will get ACOM Ansari. Okay, save it. Flip back to your browser. Now refresh. If you refresh 100 times, the result will not change because you have fixed the value. You have assigned a fixed value. But by using prompt, you can change the value every time. Okay, so if I comment this line, means this line will not be. I will uncomment this line. Now let me save it. Flip back to your browser. I think I have closed. Okay, you will get this box. If you write accom, it will display okay accom. Again, when you click on F5 means refresh the page. If you can say Chemias, it will say Chemias. Again, if you refresh the file, if you say Corona, it will display Corona. Means whatever you write, it will display. Okay, means every time you change the value, it will display. Okay student, now I hope you could understand what we have learned in this lecture. This was the very important lecture. If you have any query, any question related to this topic, please feel free to post your comment, your query. Inshallah, I will try to answer it. That's for today. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.